Hello, everyone. Welcome to Counseling Session with Leap Scholar. Myself, Pooja Krishna, I have over 10 years of experience in counseling students to reach their dream destination. So, if you're planning to study abroad, what is the major hurdle you will face? That is how to shortlist the universities, right? So, today we'll be going to discuss how smartly you can shortlist the universities. We have today one of our student, Sakshi. Welcome, Sakshi, to our session.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Sakshi, can you brief me about your profile, dear?
Yeah, so I have a BE in CS with
Okay.
8.5 CGPA, and I want to do masters in CA with AI as specialization.
Okay, that's great. So, have you started with your selection of your universities?
Yeah, that's what I'm facing a problem with. I'm facing a problem with finalizing a university which is good for my program.
Okay, so definitely I can clearly get your problem, right? So let me guide you today that how you can smartly, a smartest way to shortlist the universities exactly for your profile. So let's get started. So tell me, Sakshi, if you don't select your schools properly, what might happen?
I won't get an admit anywhere.
Exactly. You might not get any admit at all, or you would land up into the school that you would hate to, right? So both are not a great situation to be, right?
Yeah.
So I would say to select your schools, you should prepare primarily a portfolio of schools. So what do you mean by portfolio is you have to divide your school into dream category, reach, and safe category. You might be thinking, what is this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain you more about it. See, dream are a category where your GPA or your GRE or your entire profile is below the class average range. Okay, so that means your chances is around 20 to 25 percentage of getting admission. Reach are the school where your GPA, GRE, and your profile is at par with the class average range. That means your chances will go higher than 50 to 60 percentage. And safe are the schools where your GPA and GRE is above the class average range. That means your chances is very high, more than 80 to 85 percentage. Even if you are among the top ranked IITs from India or top ranked universities from India, I would say you have to select couple of safe universities for your profile, right? If you want to do a portfolio of your schools, you need to minimum start with 8 to 15 universities in the primary selection. Got it, Sakshi?
Yeah.
Now you might be thinking, okay, I got to know I have to do the portfolio, but on what basis? So next
Yeah.
comes is what are the information that is relevant for school shortlisting. So primary thing, which I always tell my student, right, to start with tuition fee. So what's the point, right, in applying to the universities like it could be University of Southern California or Georgia Tech or John Hopkins, right? The school charges anywhere between $50,000 to $55,000 per year only for your education. Can you afford it? Is a bigger question mark, right, Sakshi?
Yeah.
So I would suggest my students to talk to their parents about it or sponsors, or if you are working, you see what are the savings that you yourself have done, and then come to a conclusion that what is the budget that you will be investing. Okay, trust me, you can find amazing schools with a tuition fee ranging between 20,000 to maximum 35,000 as your budget per year. Okay, so this is a primary thing that you have to keep it in mind, that is budget. Okay, next comes is reputation of the university, right? How do you gauge your reputation of the university? It could be through ranking of the university or the program ranking, right? I would suggest you to go for Shanghai ranking, right? Why I say Shanghai ranking is because they look into subject ranking, with what you're majoring, like it could be computer science or electronics or mechanical. They will give you depending upon the majors also, not only on the schools that you are interested in. And these schools rank based on the academic strength, publications of the universities, right, which is more relevant to you, right, as a student. So second most important thing is reputation of the university, that we have covered. So what do you think the third most important thing, Sakshi, that you have to look into?
Jobs.
Exactly, you are on that, right? So most of you, like I would say, your parents, right? Most of them ask me the primary question is how much salary you will be, my daughter or son will be getting after they graduate, right? This question bothers all of you. So I would say return on investment is absolutely important. So how can you get to know about it? You have to go for a website called payscale.com, right? Payscale, payscale.com, and you can search for the alumni salary of your target school. I would say you will get a fair idea that where your career would be starting, a fresher or a senior, or you have at least 5 years of work experience. Even for the student who is going for MBA degree, you can get the salary range with payscale.com. So these are the three fundamental things. That is your budget, right? Tuition fee, what you will be, and the reputation, that would be a ranking of the university, and return on investment, that is what kind of jobs or salary you will be getting. But that doesn't ends there, right? You have to also search for a lot of additional factors which will help you to finalize on the university. The primary thing, what was the question you asked? Computer science with AI specialization, which is artificial intelligence. So what you have to do, you have to go for a course research that you have to do, right? Go to the school website, look for the department or the course page. That will show you that what are the specializations are available. It could be machine learning, data science, data analytics, artificial intelligence, software engineering. There are a lot of specialization available for computer science students, right? What are the curriculum they are making you to study? And it will also tell you what is the eligibility requirement. You can always see that are those matching with my background, right? So this is about course research. The next important is research funding. Is the school getting any research funding? You might be thinking, how does it matter to me, right? It actually matters. If you're looking for a school with a stronger academic quality, right, more funding comes only when your professors are good, right? When your professors are good, in turn your academic quality is also amazing, right? So not only this, you have to keep it in mind about your deadline, right? Most important, the earlier you apply, the chances of getting admissions will go high, because you should always remember that early bird catches the prey. The moment you get your admission, all the scholarship will be open, and it will be exponentially very high chances of getting the scholarship, right? Because for the scholarship, the primary agenda that they ask you is that have you got your admission letter or not. So prior to your deadline, at least 2 to 3 months prior to your deadline, I would request you to complete your application. Okay. And you might be thinking that, okay, all of this is fine. How about, choosing California or Arizona or New York in USA, or it could be like in Canada, Toronto or Quebec. Where should I go? In UK, should I go for a major in London, or I can go for anywhere else also? You might be having this question, right?
Yeah.
Basically, place where you study, like university where which is situated, is definitely matters, because this will directly have implication on the internship which you can achieve, and the job opportunities also. With a bigger cities, you can have multicultural and make lot of connection. You can meet lot of new people, which will in turn help you out with not only with your internship, with your job prospects also. Okay, this is also definitely a major thing that you have to keep it in mind. And some of the schools also list out key reasons that why you should be joining. Yes, they do. Vice versa, you will be going and seeing them, but they also put it that they'll tell you that what are the highlights they have. Industry collaboration, it could be, or cutting edge research technologies they have, or how friendly, supportive environment, how big is the campus, right? All these things, I would say, note it down everything, right? Later on when you're finalizing your schools, these are the information which come actually handy. And many of the students will ask me that, GRE GPA data, where can I get it, right? Most of the universities will not provide you with exact data, but they will give you a data called class average data, which will help you to understand which category roughly you fit into. Is it a dream, reach, or safe? Okay, so these are the information which you have to keep it in handy before you shortlist the universities. I hope this conversation was informative, dear, and which will help you out to select your school smartly and reach your dream destination.
Yeah, it was very helpful. Thank you.
Okay. I would say that if you need any professional guidance, we are always there to help you out to get admission into best fit schools for your profile. Okay. Now that, guys, we have come to the end of this session, I would like to summarize on the major points we discussed, that what are the parameters that is included in shortlisting the universities, that is portfolio doing, and then looking into the budget, reputation, and return on investment, and also the set of things that I told you to not to forget about how to shortlist the universities. Okay. Thank you, guys, for being this part of the session, and all the best to you, Sakshi.
Thank you.